2 Kings opens with the prophet Elijah, one of the most powerful voices in the Old Testament. But his time is almost up. In a whirlwind of fire, Elijah is taken up into heaven. 2 Kings 2:11. And Elisha takes up his mantle. Literally. The prophetic torch is passed. Elisha's ministry is filled with miracles. He purifies water, multiplies oil for a poor widow, raises a boy from the dead, and even heals Naaman the Syrian of leprosy. But this isn't just a book of wonders. It's a story of kings, mostly corrupt ones, and the slow collapse of both Israel and Judah. The northern kingdom of Israel dominates the first half of the story. From King Ahaziah to Hoshea, it's a steady decline. Idolatry, injustice, and rebellion against God are everywhere. Prophets come with warnings, sometimes with signs and miracles, but the kings and people refuse to turn. Finally, in 2 Kings 17, judgment comes. The Assyrians besiege Samaria, and after 3 years, the city falls. Israel is exiled. The writer sums it up.
All this took place because the Israelites had sinned against the Lord their God.
2 Kings 17:7. They followed worthless idols, and as the text says,
They themselves became worthless.
2 Kings 17:15. It's more than politics. It's the tragic result of a broken relationship with God. With Israel gone, the spotlight turns south to Judah. And here we meet King Hezekiah. Unlike most, he stands out.
He trusted in the Lord, the God of Israel. There was no one like him among all the kings of Judah.
2 Kings 18:5. He tears down idols, restores temple worship, and when the mighty Assyrians threaten Jerusalem, he doesn't panic. He spreads their mocking letter before the Lord and prays,
You alone are God over all the kingdoms of the earth.
2 Kings 19:15. God answers dramatically. An angel strikes down 185,000 Assyrian soldiers in one night. 2 Kings 19:35. The city is saved, not by military strength, but by trust in the Lord. But not all kings walk in Hezekiah's footsteps. His son Manasseh plunges Judah into darkness, filling Jerusalem with idols and blood. The writer says he
did more evil than the nations the Lord had destroyed before the Israelites.
2 Kings 21:9. His reign pushes Judah past a point of no return. Later, young Josiah brings revival, tearing down pagan altars, renewing covenant, and restoring worship after the Book of the Law is rediscovered in the temple. His reforms are powerful, but they can't fully undo generations of corruption. The final chapters are some of the darkest in the Bible. Babylon rises. Nebuchadnezzar attacks. After a long siege, Jerusalem falls. The temple is burned. The walls are torn down. The people are exiled. The royal line seems cut off. Zedekiah, the last king, is forced to watch his sons killed before his eyes. Then he's blinded. It's devastation. The place that once symbolized God's presence now lies in ruins. The story that began with Solomon's glorious temple ends with smoke and ashes. And yet, the book doesn't close in total despair. In its final verses, Jehoiakim, a king of Judah held captive in Babylon, is released and honored at the king's table. 2 Kings 25:27-30. It's a quiet detail, easy to miss but full of meaning. The line of David is still alive. God's covenant promise hasn't been forgotten. Even in exile, hope flickers. That's the story of 2 Kings, prophets speaking truth, kings rising and falling, nations collapsing under sin, and yet, in the shadows, God's promise quietly enduring. So where do we see Jesus in all this? He's the greater king. Like Hezekiah, he trusted perfectly in the Father, but unlike every other king, he never sinned. Like Elisha, he brought compassion and power to the broken. But his miracles didn't just save a city or a generation. They open eternal life for all who believe. He is the true Son of David, whose throne can never be destroyed. The failures of Israel and Judah point us to our need for him, a king who won't fail, who won't fall, who will reign forever. Maybe you feel like your world is falling apart, plans ruined, strength failing, hope fading. 2 Kings reminds us that even in collapse, God is still working. He preserved a remnant then, and He preserves His people now. When everything else is stripped away, His promises still stand. Just as He kept David's line alive in exile, He can keep your story alive in hardship. What you worship shapes who you become. So fix your eyes on the true King, and He will shape you with His hope. That's 2 Kings, another step in the journey through every book of the Bible. If this helped you see the story more clearly, hit subscribe and join me for the next one. And remember, even when kings fail, God's King never fails.